Transnational highway construction begins in Gulf Province. Opening of a new chancery for the Catholic Church. And POM FC records first win in round 3 of NSL.
This is National EMTV News with Lorraine Genia.
Good evening, I'm Lorraine Genia with Saturday's news. A local road engineer is managing the construction of road sealing from Malalawa, his home district, to Gulf's provincial town Kerma. Jimmy Taparu, an engineer with Dekanai Construction, is currently supervising over 300 locals to seal part of the transnational highway. The road sealing commenced yesterday.
After the count of 3, local contractors started sealing the road. It was a small ceremony, witnessed only by local contractors, Dekanai engineers, and a few landowners.
I've learned that as a man from Gulf and all that, but it's a message to every Papua New Guinean that you have to go home and help the people.
The road construction follows a government directive in 2014 to improve road network in Papua New Guinea.
The sealing of the 67-kilometer road from Malalawa to Kerama town is seen as a major infrastructure development in the Gulf province. While some locals say the opening of the road will bring economic benefits to the people along the roadside, others believe it will increase the social problems for the community.
Before, we used to find it very hard. I remember one time we have to get a tractor from here. It took us 24 hours to take the tractor here to go to Kerama to load the Malalo High School license. And we have to return back at 6 a.m. in the morning.
The construction is funded by the Asian Development Bank and the national government on a cost of 70 million kina. 600 meters of road will be sealed on a daily basis, and Dekanai is planning to complete the sealing in March 2016. Tekla Gunga, National EMTV News.
The Pipes and Drums Band is a unique organization with the PNG Defence Force. The band provides music for ceremonial events, but most importantly, during times for war, they keep the morale going for soldiers. This year saw a new experience for the military band. 2 officers from the Army School of Bagpipe Music and Highland Drumming stepped in to assist the Pipes and Drums Band.
The 2 officers have been conducting music training for 2 weeks at the 1st Royal Pacific Island Regiment, following the donations of new band equipment donated from the United Kingdom. For the 1RPIR, this was also a first to have music coordinators with military background. The arrangement was part of the Defence Corporations. Sergeant Andy Reid from the Highlands 4th Battalion Royal Regiment of Scotland and Corporal Garrett McKee from the Royal Irish Regiment, who have never travelled to the country before, said this was also a new experience for them.
2 weeks isn't a massive amount of time to be able to train them, but hopefully we'll be able to continue that over the next 2 to 3 years.
The new band training will fall in line with expansion plans for the band. According to the 1RPIR Chief of Training, Colonel Ray Numa, the PNG Defence Force will allow civilians to join the military band and will be put under the Army Reserves, which will allow them to also be a part of the PNG Defence Force come 2016.
We're going to recruit more band members and we are re-engaging a couple of those older ex-servicemen.
The band, composed of pipes and drums, will add an additional brass band in preparations for the upcoming 2018 Apex Summit. Marilyn Diaukatam, National EMTV News.
The PNG Olympic Committee believes in using the popularity of sports to inspire the young generation to pursue their dreams. Part of their initiatives is to bring the International Olympic Values Program down to the primary school level. Values of excellence, friendship and respect. They visited schools in all 4 districts of the Central Province, and one school in particular stood out.
Papua Primary School students in a colourful formation of the Olympic rings this week displayed impressive discipline and coordination for their age. 2 months earlier, they won the hearts of the Olympic Committee, performing the same routine to launch the Olympic Values program in their school. The committee found pride in officially filming it as it reflected the students' active participation in the program.
So the three Olympic values are friendship, excellence and respect, and the Olympic Values Education Program promotes those three values in schools around the country. We talk to the students about what it means to be excellent. You may not be the best at everything, but that doesn't mean you can't be excellent at everything you do, and by doing that you can try your best at everything you do.
The Olympic Committee hoped that by using children's sports heroes, they would ignite in them a passion to achieve their goals, whether sport-related or academic. Students of Papua Primary School said they found the program very helpful.
I've learned more about showing excellence, friendship and respect to others.
The committee plans to publish footage of the children's Olympic rings routine and run it by the International Olympics Committee to distribute among other primary schools as an example of the success of the program. Melissa Goviro, National EMTV News.
The Indonesian Education and Culture Attaché, Dr. Sedeko Melatanau, said a total of 155 students from Papua New Guinea have benefited from Indonesian scholarships. He said this during the first of its kind Indonesian University event hosted in Port Moresby yesterday. Eric Harupma with this report.
During the Indonesian University Alumni yesterday, over 50 students, bureaucrats and stakeholders turned up to witness the thesis paper presentation by the students. This event was aimed at marketing the students to various organizations in PNG. According to Indonesian Education and Culture Attaché, Dr. Sedeko Melatanau, over a total of 155 students studying in various Indonesian universities, over 100 students have graduated. He said many of the students have secured jobs with various organizations in the country.
I've seen that the skill that they have is really important. So why we don't sell their potencies to the government, to the organization, to institution to see this and then employ them.
Among them was computer technology students Fred Ogia, who has completed his studies at the Indonesian University of Computer Science.
To study in another place is quite difficult due to culture and language, and in Indonesia itself is called other language Bahasa Indonesia.
He thanked the Indonesian government for giving him this opportunity and encouraged Papua New Guineans to apply for this program. He said despite the language barrier, he was able to complete his studies successfully. The Indonesian Scholarships provides an opportunity for Papua New Guineans to further their education overseas in various fields of study. Eric Harupman, National EMTV News.
Coming up after the break, the new chancery for the Catholic Church and Governor Pakop's plans to transform settlements in the city. Stay with us. Welcome back. You're watching National EMTV News. Now, for years, the Catholic Church's ministry offices were scattered over Port Moresby, making coordination very difficult. Archbishop John Ribbart, in his first year as head of the Port Moresby Archdiocese, met with the College of Consultors to discuss the need for a chancery to unite pastoral work ministries under one building. After nearly 18 months, their plans have materialized with the opening and blessing of a new chancery.
Today's opening of the new Chancery building marked a very significant occasion for the Catholic Archdiocese of Port Moresby in that it brought together all the ministries and services under one roof, a testimony of the Church's vision to journey together in faith, as well as the fulfillment of a long-time dream to establish a Chancery building here in Port Moresby.
And of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Archbishop John Ribbart commissioned and blessed the new chancery, witnessed by religious representatives from the 4 dioceses of Alatau, Popondetta and Kerema, including lay missionaries and distinguished guests.
a program that will help us journey together. And in addition, they said, we need a place also that will bring us together.
Under the close supervision of Father Rodrigo Campilan, the project incurred a total of 5 million kina.
Various dioceses in Germany as well as in Rome, as well as all the parishes in the Port Moresby diocese have contributed what they can to the funding.
The building will accommodate new offices, associated facilities, and a much improved business environment for the Archdiocese. This included the Chancery Hall, which can accommodate up to 250 people at one time.
So happy that it's convenient, it's within city limits, it's easily accessible by different parishes within the Archdiocese. There are also other small offices and meeting rooms within.
The substantial investment is largely about stimulating positive development and the growth of the Catholic Church within the Archdiocese, says Papa Paul, to meet the needs of growing population and society's needs. Melissa Goviro, National EMTV News.
Patrick Nisira, the Vice President of the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, has called public servants to stop all unnecessary expenses on administrative costs like hire cars because the ABG has limited funds. Due to non-payment of restoration and development grants for the last 3 years by the national government, this has affected ABG's operations. As the minister responsible for referendum, peace and veterans affairs, Nisira says the move to save money will begin with his department. Over the years, the number of settlements in NCD have increased. However, little has been done to improve lives of people living in settlements. Settlements lack basic services such as road and infrastructure, water, electricity and sanitation. The National Capital District Commission has taken steps to improve lives in squatter settlements in the nation's capital.
Due to inadequate supply of service land and high cost of accommodation within the city's suburb, people have no choice but to live in squatter settlements. NCD Governor Powes Pakop told those present at yesterday's launching workshop for settlements that he has plans for settlements in the city.
Converting settlement to suburb. That's my goal. That's the mission. I'm very, very clear about this.
Government and stakeholders' negligence to settlement dwellers have forced them into taking part in illegal activities. The governor believes if land titles are given to settlers, it can make way for developments that will convert settlements into suburbs and solve illegal activities.
The real work is NCDC people are in time surveyor come and plan him all road too. So NCDC come build him all road, build him all drainage, and then at the same time, Edaranu come give him water, na PNG power come give him power. Help please now.
Governor Pakop's vision is in line with the National Settlement Upgrading Strategy and the NCDC Settlement Upgrading Program, which were presented yesterday. NCDC is working in collaboration with the UN Habitat, the Department of Lands, Edaranu, PNG Power, and other stakeholders. There are already 12 settlement project areas. However, implementations have been slow due to lack of funding and cooperation from stakeholders involved. NCDC said if the project has to be completed, stakeholders need to work together and invest in this project. Governor Pakop declared his support in the project and asked other stakeholders to do the same, as this can be an example to other squatter settlements in other parts of the country. Louisa Frank, National EMTV News.
Despite the many challenges faced in this academic year, Laloki Secondary School in the Central Province has proven to be a top performer in the national examinations. Laloki's grade 10 students for the 4th time have topped the national examinations. The school also graduated its pioneer grade 12 students yesterday. Colin Barlai reports.
Obviously, this pioneer grade 12 graduation These are the 101 Pioneer Grade 12 students who marched out with flying colors today. Despite the school facing a few challenges, students, parents, friends and relatives had a reason to celebrate.
Very optimistic about the results that will come out in the next couple of weeks because of the kind of attitude and the effort kids have put into their studies the last 8-10 months.
At least 100 grade 12s have performed well with chances of securing spaces at tertiary institutions. The school's board has revealed challenges like teacher accommodation. However, that did not stop teachers from performing.
Sad for the infrastructure and especially for the teachers' housing situation. But I'm very proud that these teachers we have put up all this effort to get the learning of the students to get this far.
Grade 12 DAX Award recipients thanked their teachers for their tireless efforts. Despite problems, they remain committed to their duties.
I want them to commit themselves in their studies. That's the first priority while in school. So the first priority is to study hard, to achieve their dreams.
Colin Barilai, National EMTV News.
Now, Trukai Sports is coming up next and we'll bring you results from the Telecom National Soccer League. And that's a wrap on Trukai Sports. Your weather details next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
And a look at the weather forecast. In the southern region, mostly fine in all centres. In the Momase region, brief showers in Ley, Madang and Wewak with a possible thunderstorm in Vanimo. And in the New Guinea Islands region, brief showers in Lorengau and Kimbe, mostly fine in Kavieng, Kokopo and Rabaul, and fine in Buka. Brief evening showers in Mount Hagen and mostly fine in Goroka, Kundiawa, Mendi and Wabag. And that ends the news for Saturday, the 5th of December 2015. On behalf of the EMTV News team, pleasant viewing. Good night.